Hi guys, it's Christy Forsyth with Clarity here for you today with some updates, with a check-in on the energy, and we're going to read some tarot cards to help us to get through the week. So I've missed you guys, and I've been getting all your messages that you miss me, and I so appreciate it. I love that you guys miss me. I love that you look forward to my videos and my energy reports and all of that. So I miss all of you guys. I'm actually stopping into the office today for a little while. I'm in town for a little while. A lot of you guys know what's going on with me and where I've been, but just for anybody who hasn't seen where I've been, one of my little twins has been very, very sick and ended up in the hospital, and the situation progressed into a kidney disorder where we just don't know how he's, like the progression of things. The doctors couldn't really give us a sense of how long it was going to take for him to get better, or for a little while, even if he was going to get better. But now they are saying that he's going to be just fine. So I'm so excited. Hi, Chris. Hi, Rachel. Thank you guys for tuning in. But he's going to be just fine, which is the exciting news, but it might take a little bit of time. So I'm still going to be out of the office a bit. I am going to be doing some limited hours toward the end of the week next week. So if you really are wanting to get in, make sure you get in touch with me and grab one of those slots. But thank you guys so much for being patient with me through this process. I wouldn't have made it through this without all of you, and people have just been so incredible and so supportive, and the messages that I've gotten from you, and like starting the GoFundMe for me, and to help our family through this time, and the people who have been paying on that and sending gifts and sending cards and just sending love and support. I want you guys to know that I feel all of your prayers, and I feel the positive vibes that you're sending my way, and it's been the thing that has gotten me through this, because this has been really, really hard. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Dawn. So thank you. Genuinely, I really appreciate it, and I'm also really thankful to be here and connecting in this way with you guys today, just to give you an update on the energy and where things are at. And so why don't we tap into that a little bit? I would love to hear how you guys are doing with all of this energy. I should say that we do have Clarity Connects, our motivational speaking event, coming up in less than a month. So you want to make sure that you get your tickets while you can still get them at the more discounted rate. So they're on sale right now for $20. I can make sure that I put a link down in comments below. But Clarity Connects is an amazing event. I've had a couple people reach out to me who live out of town, and they're like, well, can we come out? Can we come out to the event? Of course. We've had a lot of people who have traveled out from all over. Even one of our speakers is traveling from Australia to come to the event. So please travel out. Please get your tickets. Please come see us. It's going to be an amazing event. We have amazing speakers, and it's my favorite event of the year and something I'm really proud of. So I hope to see you guys there. If you are somebody who just loves Clarity Connects, make sure you get those tickets. So the energy this week, I feel like, is a little bit of us needing to be mindful of how we're getting in our own way, okay? So how are you setting yourself up for failure? I really want you guys to think about that. How are you maybe self-sabotaging yourself a bit? How are you preventing yourself from being the best you that you possibly can be? And it can be these subtle things, right? Maybe you want to get out and you want to exercise more, but every single day you're finding reasons and excuses to not get out and to not get started. And so it can be those subtle little things, or those things that you are putting off that are preventing you from making progress, or maybe old patterns that you're finding yourself repeating and allowing yourself to repeat over and over and over again. And maybe you're even aware that these patterns don't serve you, don't help you, don't work for you, but you continue to make them. Maybe you are protecting your heart a little bit too much. Maybe you are being a little bit too careful with that, and you're not allowing people into your world. You're not allowing people to help you, to support you. I know for me, this whole situation with the hospital has been such a lesson in allowing help in my life, and that's been a huge lesson in that is, wow, people really want to help, and people are so wonderful and just want to support me, and that's been so beautiful to me. And I'm not always the best at allowing help, and I've kind of had to allow that. I've had to release that. That's one of the ways that I self-sabotage, is that I don't allow help even sometimes when I need that. So I've been learning to do that. So what are the ways that, and what are the lessons this week that you're learning that are trying to show you out of this self-sabotage, out of you blocking yourself? Maybe that's you're allowing fear to hold you back too much. Maybe you are just allowing that to be in the driver's seat of your life rather than taking the risks that you need to take, rather than taking the actions that you need to take, rather than saying the things that you feel compelled to say. So allowing yourself to just genuinely be you, allowing yourself to take action and to go after those things that you want to go after, to do those things that you're feeling compelled to do, to break those patterns that you've been stuck in for far too long, because I really feel like the energy right now can support that and can help to propel us into some amazing things. But you've got to stop self-sabotaging yourself. You've got to step out of this old way of being so that we can allow for the new to come in. That feels really important. And you may be finding yourself this week feeling a bit stuck because we're trying to work through some of these things. We're trying to release some of these things. It's not a surprise to me that right now everybody is, I forget her name, is watching that show with the woman on Netflix who's like clearing out everybody's stuff from their spaces and teaching people how to do that. It's not a surprise to me that so many people are responding to that right now in this energy, because we are clearing, we are releasing, and sometimes that involves releasing our physical stuff as well. So if you're in that process, allowing that process to happen too, because that helps us to break up patterns, that helps us to have a different energy around us. So whatever it is that you're feeling compelled to do, making sure that you're listening to that and that you are doing that. It's so nice to see so many of you guys watching right now in the middle of the day. I usually try to do this a little bit later. Make sure that you say hi if you're watching, whether you're watching live, or hit me with a hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay, just so I know that you guys are checking us out and tuning in. So let's see what the cards have to say. Let me know how you're feeling this week too. We'll always set our intention that we're connecting only with messages that are helpful, healing, or preventative only. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for watching. And connecting only with energy that is of the light. So update me on you guys. What's been going on? What have you been keeping busy with? What have you been focusing on? What have been the goals that you've been working on? Because I know that we're in this new phase of things, and a lot of us have a lot of new projects and things going on. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Molly. All right. And the first card that I want to pull, I pulled this one before from this mermaid deck. I love this mermaid deck. It's so much fun. But it says, accept heaven's help. Okay, so this is the theme for this week. This is what we need to understand. And it says, you've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. So again, this is about like, stop sabotaging yourself. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to control the outcomes of things. Ask for help and step out of the way so that God, the universe, whatever you want to call that, can step in and actually help you. Because a lot of times we can get so caught up in the outcome or the way that it needs to be, or trying to control it, that we actually are blocking that help from coming through. So a lot of people will say, well, why aren't the angels, why isn't God helping me? Why isn't this happening? And a lot of times it's because we are blocking that from happening, and we need to allow for some shifts within ourselves so that we can actually allow that help to come through. And so if you haven't actually asked for help, make sure that you're asking for help as well, because if you are not asking for help, a lot of times we are not going to receive that help. So making sure that you are putting that out there. Hi, Billy. Thanks for watching. So let's see what the cards have to say. So the first card that we have is the World card reversed, right? So this card says, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path towards enlightenment, right? So I always like to think of this card as like, we are receiving the world. We're getting everything that we're asking for. Now, this card is reversed right now, so it might not feel like we are in that receptive mode where we're getting all of the things that we're asking for, but I feel like it's kind of like waiting for us. It's coming our way. These things are arriving, and we just have to kind of get out of our own way, and we have to allow it. And we also have to understand that everything comes in divine timing. And so again, if we're trying to control things too much, if we are too focused on the outcomes, we can actually block those things from arriving into our experience. So I think sometimes we kind of just have to chill, right? Like with my son and being sick, I was so worried, and I was praying every day and just getting really discouraged. Like, why isn't he getting better? Why isn't this happening? And then I kind of realized that I was so focused on it had to be this specific way. And, this was the way that the improvement needed to show up. And when I let that go, the improvement started to show up in different ways. And I started to realize that maybe I was blocking that a little bit just by trying to control it, trying to make that happen before it was ready to happen, or in a way that it wasn't meant to be, in a way that it wasn't meant to happen. And so we need to be aware of that. But when we can get out of our own way, when we can take a step back and just kind of flow with what's showing up for us, this is where we get the world. This is where we get these good things arriving into our experience. Hi, Jennifer. She says it's good to ask for help for sure. Absolutely it is. I think that it's really, really important. And then we have the Four of Earth card reversed. And this card says being too frivolous or cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to the less fortunate. And to me, this is about maybe we're not balancing our money very good. Maybe we are either being too tight with that, and we should really think about helping somebody out, doing something to be helpful, and only giving, of course, what we can, but giving and helping out in some way, whether that's money, whether that's other resources, whether that's your time, whether that's just checking in. I can't tell you guys how helpful that has been, just to have people saying, I'm praying for you, I'm thinking of you, I love you, I'm here for you. And so there's all kinds of ways that we can help other people without having to do that financially, but not hanging on to the resources that we have too tightly, but also being mindful of that we're not just like out spending like crazy either, because I do feel like we're in a little bit of an energy where money is flowing a little bit more easily. So we want to make sure that we are being responsible with that as well, and trying to find a bit of a balance with that, where we're maybe not spending all of our money either. We want to find that right balance. The next card that we have, hi Mary, she says love and a million hugs, thank you so much. Hi Ashleen. Page of Fire. So the Page of Fire, and this is exciting because we are in this time where there's lots of opportunities coming our way, where we have lots of great opportunities coming our way. Let me know if you guys are feeling some of these opportunities. Are they showing up for you? Are you recognizing them? And it might not be in the form of like this huge obvious opportunity, but it might be just in making a connection with somebody that leads to something else, or finding clarity on something that helps to lead to bigger things in the future. So let me know if you guys are seeing some of that. But this is about opportunity as well. So this is like, keep watching out for the opportunities, because there are new opportunities coming your way. There is energy that is here to support you living your dreams, you doing those things that you feel called to do, you following your heart and your soul, and living a life that is genuine to who you are and what you want in your life, because you can have that, you can be that, you can live that life, and the energy right now is really in support of that for us. So this is about exciting new endeavors, and this is also about letting yourself be creative, letting yourself think outside the box a little bit. Maybe you have to do things a little bit of a different way than you've done them in the past, or maybe you got to break up your routine a little bit and approach it in a different way, or with a different perspective. Maybe somebody offers you some ideas that you're like, oh, maybe if I try to do it that way, that would be really helpful. So letting yourself be open to doing things in a different way, to taking new approaches to these things that you're working on as well. And then we have the Chariot reversed again. So this is about us not feeling like we're moving forward very fast, or not feeling like this progress is happening fast enough for us. And this is just about let's be patient. You know, again, how are you self-sabotaging yourself? How are you blocking yourself from receiving these things that are trying to come through, these opportunities that are trying to come through? Let yourself flow with the energy that's showing up, because whenever you are in flow, whenever you just are allowing yourself to flow with what's showing up, you are gonna be finding yourself moving forward, because flow is always a forward moving progression. So allowing that to happen and not getting too discouraged if you're feeling stuck, because, you know, again, it's all about divine timing as well. And so, but when we are discouraged, we are trying to control and we are keeping ourselves blocked. So finding a way to be grateful for what is happening right now, what is showing up for you right now, and that will allow you to step back into flow and allow you to find a way to move forward a little bit more. I do feel like next week is going to be a little bit more of a momentum again, and feeling that momentum. So we just have to kind of hang in there and maybe find the blessing in this lull. You know, I've been at the hospital a lot, for the past 2 weeks, and have found that makes it really difficult to get work done or to do the things that I'm feeling like I need to do. And I can choose to like get really frustrated about that, or I can choose to find the gift in that, which has been for me to feel much more connected to my son, to have this time with him, to have this experience with him. And so I'm really just trying to focus on the blessing of that. And by the way, to see all of the blessings that I get from you guys, that has been such a gift in this experience. It's been really beautiful to see how much you guys care, and it's meant a lot to me. So finding the gift, no matter what the situation, because that will always be helpful for you. Hi, Kathy. So I pulled a couple of my Akashic cards too, just because I love these cards and I felt the need to pull a couple more. So the King of Roses reversed, right? So this is maybe not, you know, the week before Valentine's Day, but maybe not the most romantic energy. Maybe like we're feeling a little disconnected from you know, people in our life, whether that's a romantic relationship. Maybe we're feeling a little more disconnected with it within friendships, within family relationships, within those close relationships in our life. A lot of times King of Roses is connected with more romantic relationships or our relationship with ourselves, but it can also be other relationships as well. So we might be feeling a little bit disconnected, a little bit off this week in terms of that energy. And I think like this is another one of those ways that we can be sabotaging ourselves. Like, how much are you willing to settle within your relationships? You know, how are you just preventing yourself from having what it is that you want within relationships? And can this particular relationship really meet what it is that you're wanting, or does it not? And do you need to make some changes there? So exploring that and taking a look at those relationships and what maybe some of this conflict that's coming up or the challenges that are coming up are actually trying to show you and give you some clarity on. Hi, Sarah. Oh, thank you so much. And the last card that I have for you is the Caught in the Ruins card, right? So the Caught in the Ruins card for me is always about, like, again, a feeling of being stuck, but it's also a message of you're not as stuck as you think you are. And we're never really as stuck as we think we are. And again, so we have to kind of think outside the box. And if you can see the image on this card, it's two people who are literally trapped in a cell, but the top of it is open, right? So if they would just take a little bit of time and look around and be creative, they could figure out how to get themselves out of here without even needing to be rescued, because we don't need to be rescued, right? We really want to be focusing on rescuing ourselves, on coming up with solutions for ourselves and taking care of that and working with the people and the opportunities that we have and using that and being creative about that to help get us where we want to go. So allowing yourself to think outside the box, to be creative, to explore different options is going to help us to feel like we are developing more of a momentum right now. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking out my video. If it connects for you, I would love it if you would tag a friend, share my video. Make sure that if you haven't subscribed to my new YouTube channel, I'm going to be, especially when I'm back a little bit more regularly, I'm going to be sharing a lot more video content on there that won't be live here on Facebook. So you're going to want to make sure that you subscribe to that. I'll make sure that I put that in comments below as well. And if you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryyourawakening.com. I'll see you guys soon with another video. Take care.